What's up everyone,啃哥here with Cheers Academy, where education is about you. Today, we're in Dumbo, Brooklyn. Take a look at this. I want to ask a very specific question to Americans about this special topic that I saw on Weibo, about a man that loves his quadruplets much more than his daughters. I want to see what Americans actually think about that. Do they prefer to have girls or boys?
I just want a healthy baby.
I don't mind.
Any gender is good for you?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. I love both.
I don't know. Roll the dice.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter for you?
Doesn't matter for me. Whatever I get, I get. Whatever we get, we get.
How about yourself?
While I think logistically, or I think I would want to say boy, family name, I think I'd probably rather have a little girl.
Both? Both? Yeah, both.
It's a good question. I'd prefer a boy because I feel like I would definitely interact with my son a lot more, and I'd have a lot more answers for the certain questions he'd have compared to my daughter. There's just certain questions that I feel a mother is a lot more comfortable answering with a daughter than a father is, you know.
I would have this child all over again.
Yeah. So I'm assuming like any gender would be like good for you, right?
Sure. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
perfect.
Honestly, I would prefer to have a girl, but I'm kind of biased. I prefer girl.
You prefer girls?
Yeah.
How about yourself?
I would hope both.
But what if you can only have one child?
Maybe a girl. Yeah.
Girl, huh? You guys are all about girl power, huh?
I think it's pretty shitty. Just to only want boys.
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's inhumane. I think it's the tradition and the outlook on that. It's so old. And the world that we live in now, it's just not understandable. How can it be?
I don't know. It is Chinese are spiritual mostly, but they should leave it for God. Whatever they give him, they should appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if it's a boy or girl. You just need a child, somebody to carry your name on.
I think it's bad because, I mean, both boys and girls, I think they're both worth as much as each other.
Our political climate here says a lot about how we're feeling, our values. I mean, understandable, more traditional.
Yeah.
You know, I can only look at it so much with an American lens. It's so apart from how much freedom we're expected to have here.
I'm pretty sure that's been a thing for a very long time. I'm pretty sure that's been a trend since, you know, for decades, for centuries, I believe. But in my personal opinion, I would like a boy just because I think I'd connect with him personally as a male. That's about it.
Well, I think in leadership roles and in society, women bring a great perspective, and they're just important to have at the CEO's table and the dinner table and at every table. And so you need to have all perspectives present. And if you just want to have male perspective or one perspective, you're missing half the piece. You can raise feminist girls and feminist boys.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
Having boys is a very old, like traditional thinking, but right now, I don't think the problem is so serious as before, because really some young parents are beginning to they don't care whether they are having a girl or a boy. It's just fine. They don't even know before whether they're going to have a boy or a girl. I don't think that's a very huge issue as before.
I think there are a lot of cultural stereotypes about girls being more devoted to their parents as the parents age, and I would guess that's probably somewhat true. So I think there are unique advantages to boys and girls, and I think by focusing on one gender, you're doing a huge disservice to society.
Hard to find a date.
Well, I think in China particularly, it's created a horrible imbalance because you have a lot of males who can't find partners, suitable partners, and I think it's very disruptive to society.
Well, then that would be really bad because that would not work for humanity, honestly. That would not work.
Yeah, all boys, man, all sausages.
What can I say? I don't know what to say regarding that, but everybody loves boys. I know that for sure, but I like both. I don't know. I be honest, asking me, I love girls most, but I have a boy 26 years old.
That's awesome. I love girls too, guys.
Certainly certainly we have struggles over reproductive rights here, but I think we are hopefully more progressive than China, and I would hate to think that our government would come in and tell us how many children we would have, although in this day and age, you never know.
You know what? It's hard for me to even conceptualize because like here, we can't even get past a measure to like not sell like giant gallons of soda. So to have that kind of like imposing policy, it's hard for me to envision that
Okay.
here. I don't know.
Well,
What do you think?
I think that it shows that the kind of the freedom of choice, the relinquishing of that control, will dictate just a nice even flow.
Gosh, I would think that would be horrible. Really horrible. What, is there something afoot that you know about?
Oh, no. I'm just wondering.
Is our president up to something very worse than what we already think?
So that's it for today, guys. That concludes our last interview. Hope you guys learned something, and I guess I'd like to close this by asking, what do you guys think? Do you prefer to have a boy, or do you prefer to have a girl? This is啃哥checking out. Please subscribe.